I'm hungry.
Welcome back, viewers and Djclyve, to Limbo Grub, and our first subject on the dawn of this new day, the unlikeliest of unlikely items, the Burger King Crispy Taco. This new item being sold for the first time in over a decade features copious amounts of ground beef and fresh cheese wrapped in a delicious warm tortilla shell. Perfect for a snack, perfect for a meal, and at just $1 a pop, perfect for your wallet.
Alright, you little rat terriers, don't look so glum, up and at 'em! I need to make an announcement. I just wanted to thank you guys for all you've done for me. I'd like to think that I'm in a semi-healthy enough state to reclaim the reins on this here show. I think you guys have more than deserved a nice, healthy R&R. No, of course not. You'll always be welcome on the show. But I'll be scaling your appearances back somewhat to keep the show nice and swift. Hey, none of this boss stuff, okay? We're all equals here. I mean, all for one and one for all, right? Whatever floats your boat, I guess. I've been through so much, I think it'd be nicer to me. Some of you may already know this because I've mentioned it in past episodes, but I am a huge fan of the Transformers. I'm sure a lot of folks out there watching right now are also fans of the Transformers. What many of you out there may not know, however, is when the show was canceled in the United States, right around that Headmasters debacle, it kept going on in Japan for a few more seasons. And as proof, I have one of the DVD sets right here. Well, a lot happened in these seasons, changing the show's status quo. Optimus Prime died. Again, leaving Rodimus reclaiming his leadership status. And recent happenings on this here show remind me of a pivotal moment in the new Transformers episodes. Please try and follow along with me. As a result of a particularly heinous Decepticon plot, due to bad decisions and poor leadership on the part of Rodimus, Cybertron, the Autobots' home world that they have been sworn to protect and one day reclaim, explodes. The Autobots, on a ship in outer space, turn to their leader in their darkest hour, who has his back turned to them, probably looking out the window at the smoldering cloud that used to be his home world. They ask Rodimus the simple question, "What do we do now?" And Rodimus' reaction is classic. He turns to them with a slight grin and a twinkle in his eye, and basically says, "I fucked up. I gotta go now. Don't try and follow me." And he jumps off the ship and drifts off into empty space, never to be seen again. Look, everyone. For over 100 episodes, I've been putting you all through the ringer. All the annoying advertisements, all the blatant shilling, the way that I've treated my dogs. Especially Jello. My crimes are so much so, I cannot be forgiven for them. And every fiber of my being wishes I could go out like a little pussweed, with my tail in between my legs, run away from my problems like Rodimus did. There is a good possibility I can never be redeemed. The amount of repentance I'll have to do is akin to trying to replace a planet. But I owe it to all of you to at least attempt to right the wrongs. I owe it to Jello, who started me on this path to recovery. Because you, my viewers, and you, my dogs, you are my Cybertron. And if I die trying to regain your trust and re-establish the good name of Djclyve, at least I won't be going out as a Rodimus. I'll be going out as an Optimus!
What a class act!
Well, enough preamble, time to get the show on the road and time to eat the Burger King taco. Is there a bigger example of something being so stupid and so smart at the same time? Let's start with the stupid, and the stupid is pretty cut and dry. It's a taco from Burger King! Burger King and I have performed this tango quite many a time already. I mean, you think of a restaurant that just goes off the beaten path when it comes to the menu we all expect. The first thing that comes to everyone's mind is, oh, it's gotta be Burger King. No other fast food place out there tries to differentiate its menu as much as Burger King. And why? Because I think they're trying to play catch up to all the big heavy hitters out there. Burger King will never be McDonald's. Burger King will never be Taco Bell. Burger King will never be White Castle. So they gotta do all these weird things to try to grab our attention. It's like a plea for help. And looking at what these tacos look like, you've gotta be pretty damn desperate to follow Jack in the Box's lead. I was eager to try these the second that I heard that they came out, but deep down in the back of my mind, I was secretly hoping that they wouldn't look like this. Like a Jack in the Box taco where all the juices and all the sauces or whatever just kind of like turn the hard shell soft and it kind of forms a cocoon around it. I think of all the weird things they tried to sell us in the past. I mean, I think they tried to sell us pizza at one point. The Burger Buddies, like the little White Castle sliders, they were selling that at one point. They were even trying to sell us buffalo wings, like the most dirt-grade buffalo wings you ever tasted. This goes right in the pantheon of bad Burger King ideas. Stupid. But as stupid an idea as it is, it's also a brilliant idea. Because there's a lot of people out there, I'm sure a lot of people watching this right now, who are just like me, who are gonna eat it just for the simple fact that it exists. Just to say that they're eating a taco from Burger King. It doesn't matter that if it tastes good or if it tastes bad. I mean, there's a freaking Taco Bell just a block from there. Why don't I just drive there and have some regular professionally made tacos from there? Because it's a taco from Burger King. I mean, I have to at least try it, right? And that's the thing. They know that there's a lot of people out there who are bored and they just want to try something new. They want a new experience, no matter what it is. And I'm sure the people who developed this had the foresight to know that these would not be flying off the shelves. But everybody on the planet is going to want to at least try it. If everyone on the planet bought at least one of these, that's still buku bucks. And there is one more way that this is a stroke of brilliance. Let me take a sniff of this and see what it smells like. It smells like there's some kind of hot sauce in here, but it does kind of smell like the meat that they use in their hamburgers. This is just a theory. I really don't have any experience in the grill area of Burger King or anything like that. It's a theory, but you know what? It's such an obvious theory, you may as well call it a truth. This meat, fast food restaurants do this. This is just the unsold burgers from the day before. I'm assuming the burger artists that work the late shift, right before they're about to punch out, have to take all those burgers off the grill that they did not sell and just go almost like they're preparing Kahlua pork or something, mincing them up and then throwing them into a bucket, putting them in the fridge, and then saving them for the next day so they can make tacos out of them. And anytime you order something at a fast food restaurant that is comprised of minced up meat, you can rest assured that that is ground up burgers from the day before. I've got no problem with eating day-old burgers, do you? I mean, a lot of people would frown at that. A lot of people would just say, oh, it's not fresh. Well, it's fresh enough. It's just one day. I mean, how long has it been frozen? Nobody knows. It could have been frozen for years. It could be very, very unfresh. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the Burger King taco. Time to take my first bite. As a junk food connoisseur, this is actually not that bad. As gnarly and disgusting this thing looks when you first take it out of the bag, I'm gonna give it a bizarre kind of compliment for looking this way. I mean, the way that the oils just kind of permeate through the shell and turn it into like this hard yet soft pocket that wraps around the meat and the lettuce and the sauce and all of that, it makes this shell indestructible, which means when you take a bite out of it, this shell just forms a bite mark and it doesn't shatter. Normally when you eat a taco, it's a very messy experience. If you're going out on a first date, don't go and eat tacos because it's going to be disgusting. It's going to be all over your face, all over your hands, all over the table. This, rest assured, you're not going to have that problem with this because you take a bite out of it. It's as easy as taking a bite out of a sandwich. So that much is a benefit. I'm going to award it some points for that, but at the same time, there's a bizarre kind of balance because when your taco does look like this, you gotta grade it as a grade F taco. I mean, you wouldn't compare this to something like a taco from Taco Bell or Taco John's or something like that. I mean, yeah, those things explode in your mouth, but they do that because they're fresh. It's got a real soft, meaty, beany kind of taste, and it's got a real light hint of hot sauce, which is a real bummer. If you've eaten those microwavable mini tacos that come in that yellow box, I'm sure you've seen them. These taste almost exactly like those. If you had those in your lifetime, you don't even need to try these. These taste exactly like that, of course, bigger with lettuce and stuff in there. So all in all, I'll say this was a very tasty experiment. A very bizarre experiment. But was it an experiment worthwhile? I give this the star rating of 3 stars. You might be thinking, hey, Djclyve, it tasted good. You were just raving about it. Why'd you give it such a low, slightly above average rating? Well, I'll tell you. Because the concept of it is just too damn weird and it doesn't fit. I don't know how you feel. This is exactly how I feel. Tacos are huge. They're a major endeavor. If you're gonna take on tacos, a lot of stuff goes into it. And part of the major fun of enjoying a taco is being able to differentiate it to your own tastes. I mean, maybe you have some like sauces out there like displayed like on like a special booth or something. Maybe you could get some mild sauce, maybe you could get some extra hot sauce, maybe you could put some jalapenos on there. I mean, preparing your tacos different ways, I mean, that's the whole beauty of tacos, right? Everybody loves their taco a different way. I love mine very spicy. I know people who like theirs very, very mild. You don't have any of that with this, and that is a major bummer. And I understand, yeah, that the shell is all turned into a weird mollusk, and you can't exactly like peel it back. It's not like you could just like go like in Taco Bell where you just like open up the packet and just pour the sauce into a straight line on top of that taco. No, you actually got to peel this thing apart like opening up an alien egg, and then just like whatever sauce they would have there, you have to put it on that way. It wouldn't be a fun experience for the customer, but if that's going to be the case, then your taco is going to be substandard. What do you want me to say? Maybe this will come out down the pike at some point. Maybe there's somebody at Burger King who's watching this right now who wants to steal this idea, but how about some big dipping sauces, you know? Like something I could just poke my taco in and take a bite out of it. Some hot sauce. I love hot sauce. This taco was not near hot enough. Why can't I have that? And I know, for the people at Burger King, that would suck. I mean, that would cost them probably millions of dollars to have to put up like a special booth or something like that and have to produce all this hot sauce in addition to all the money that they're pumping out every day. But you decided to put tacos on your menu, so you have no one to blame but yourselves! It's just like what I said about the animation in the Rankin Bass special, The Cricket on the Hearth. Either you put in the work or you don't do it! And overall, I mean, I know this is a racist view towards the tacos out there who might be watching, but tacos don't belong at Burger King with burgers and chicken sandwiches and all of that. I mean, what are you gonna eat alongside your taco at Burger King, huh? Have you ever given that any thought? What, are you gonna order a side of fries with it? I mean, talk about putting a strange fast food trail mix into your stomach. I'd be surprised if your stomach didn't explode after that. And Taco Bell really hasn't been hitting the bullseye when it comes to creating side dishes for their tacos, but at least they try some stuff that might work, like cinnamon churros, huh? You ever think of that? Or maybe like Taco John's has those potato olays that you dip in the cheese sauce. I mean, those work pretty well. It's just when you specialize in hamburgers and chicken sandwiches and hot dogs. Yes, they make hot dogs too. I forgot about that earlier. Tacos are on such an island unto themselves, it's almost like you have to shuttle them off into a corner like they're an unwanted child. I'm just a plebeian, mind you. I have no idea how to run a business, but I have a few words of advice for the people at Burger King. You're already selling hot dogs, you're already selling tacos. Stop there! Stop there. I know the temptation is there to sell bratwurst or deep dish pizza, but you've gotta stop. Because the more diversity you put on your menu, the more you start to turn into Jack in the Box. And you call yourself a fast food restaurant. I laugh because it's the slowest fast food in the world. You ever stand in line at a Burger King? You're gonna be there for a half hour sometimes. You keep putting more and more strange stuff on the menu that's gotta be opened up and built from scratch, it's gonna take even longer and longer and longer and longer and longer to get your food because they got so much they gotta worry about back there. And I think of the poor worker working at Burger King. He's just worked like a 12-hour shift, standing over a hot grill, sweating bullets, probably sweating a hole through that little hat that they make him wear. And it's the middle of the night, everybody else is going home, he's got his punch card in his hand, he's walking over to the clock, and all of a sudden, it hits him. Oh God, I forgot to make the meat for the tacos the next day. So he has to put his little card down, grab 2 knives, and go, and his arms are killing him. He just wants to go home. It's inhumane. I'm crazy and I think of these things, and that hurts my enjoyment of the product. But if you don't think of these things, if you don't care about other people, then maybe you want to add a half a star to it, huh? Yeah, maybe you want to do that. Oh, crap. What an apropos word to use. This thing makes me feel icky. Just a few seconds after eating it, I felt this thing just completely bypass my stomach and it's already in my colon. I've heard of belly bombers, but this is like a Scud missile to the stomach. So this marks the end of our first revamped episode. Do you like what you see? There's a comment section down below. Let me know everything that is on your mind. Spill your guts. I want to see some nice long tomes of text below this video. What are your observations? What are your suggestions? Let me know. Speaking of suggestions, it is suggested that I go to the bathroom right now. I can't hold this beast any longer. It's your good buddy Djclyve saying, until next time, I'll see you in Limbo.